Speaker में पाए.
You've been having kirtan?
Yeah, Maharaj. If you have some time, we can do with you, please.
Well, I can stay for a little while. It's getting a little late for me.
I know it's almost it's too late in India. And I know it.
What would you like me to do to chant?
Whatever you prefer. I mean, you want to say us to something. You want to. I mean, I wanted to share something. When I think we already showed you that, right? When we went to see the last darshan, he was holding his hand like that, like in the chanting mudra, japa mudra. So, and it was very, very peaceful atmosphere. You know, we started the thing with talking with you, and Jalangi was praying. I mean, when she left from the home, she kind of prayed to Radha Vasant Bihari. So all of a sudden she saw that the Radha Vasant Bihari is there, and Radha Vasant Bihari is guiding her and taking care of her. So everything was so blissful over there. I mean, none of us, I mean, was feeling so sad or crying or, you know, so that was kind of some of the experience after I talked to you. And
very good.
Mehul is going through a, thank you, Maharaj. Mehul is going through a major transformation. He has been hardly sleeping, chanting and crying all day and chanting. So that's kind of a major transformation.
Mehul.
Mehul. My dad used to scold him a lot.
Because he wasn't chanting japa.
Yeah, he's chanting on my dad's bead. But I mean, Aditya Prabhu did not take his bead with him. When he went over there at the hospital, he purposefully left the bead at home. Otherwise, he would never go out without bead any time. But
I have never seen him without his bead bag in his hand.
So he left it at home, and it was something kind of that, I mean, he's going through a major transformation. So all he does is chant all the day. The family is chanting most of the time. So like the 9 to 1 o'clock is the children will chant, and Mehul will be with him also. Then I will start in the morning 3:30, 4, and he will join me also. So I don't know when he sleeps, but my father's departure has affected him, I think, the most positive way.
That is the potency of your father. He reasons ill who say that Vaishnavas die when they are living still in the sound. Yes. They die to live, and in living try to spread the holy name around.
Yes. I mean, my father, and I was with him all the time. So, I mean, he was speaking as clear and he was as strong as you can imagine. So, he was, when we went after second time, we were still talking, and he was telling me at some point that because we didn't bring him in a wheelchair in the home, so we thought that exertion brought the heart attack. So he was listening. Then we said, when we go home, we'll take him in a wheelchair. So he said, okay, now call for wheelchair. I want to go home. You know, let's go home. But then all the vitals were dropping. So there is no way I can take him home. So then after a few minutes, he said that, you know, he would call me with my birth name, the name that he selected. Sometimes he'll call me Mayapur Chandra, but he was used to with my birth name so much more. Among the devotees, he would say Mayapur Chandra, but when we were two alone, he would say, call me. So he called me, Bhai, Ashik, I will die. I will die. Because I was in a false thinking. So he was telling me, so I don't know what to say now. He said 2 times within a 2-minute distance. Then I said, Dad, devotees don't die. why do you say such a thing? And then he was smiling and he didn't say anything. Then he was listening, but he didn't. But then in hindsight, it looks like that if I would have asked him, Dad, what should we do now? Since but I think I wasn't ready to accept that. So I was trying full on a from medical point of view as much as possible. But then if I would have listened to him, I mean, then if I would have that cultured person, then I would say, okay, Dad, what do you want? You think you are about to leave? Because then he was speaking as clear as ever. So then I probably would have, brought him home. I don't know whether he could have made it in the car, or because heart rate was dropping, blood pressure was dropping, oxygen was dropping. But in hindsight, that's what I'm feeling that. And then I was telling him, because my dad, I think I probably told you that he every Purushottam month he will go and chant. He would go and chant Srimad Bhagavatam at some places in Gujarat. So I kind of told him that, Dad, hold on, we have to go to India like every year we go in Kartik, but this year it's a Purushottam Mass, so we'll go together and we'll read Bhagavatam. And he was listening that also. So Maharaj, there was one other dilemma we also had at some point. The night that I took him to the hospital, he told me clearly, take me back to my birth town. Now there is no way, and even before also, 6 months, year, he would tell me, and I said, that is not practical. How are we gonna go? But then just like on the same night when we were going to the hospital, he said that if something happens to me, take me back to my hometown. So, obviously we couldn't follow that instruction because both the governments and all those things, and we have to go through so many things. And quarantine, India doesn't allow anybody from outside. So
No
we thought,
flights. You're not even allowing any flights.
Yeah, no flights, nothing. Then, then I wanted to talk to, and ask, but then we thought there is no way we can do this. So we will take his remnants and maybe we'll build a memorial or samadhi in his hometown and make some center for the preaching. That's what he loved, even at the last breath, that he wanted to share the holy name. So in our hometown, we make a center and we make like a samadhi or mandir, because it's the same thing whether we take the dust, the ashes, and ultimately the body will also turn into the dust. So I know we don't say like that, but the remnants remains could be used as a samadhi also. So in his hometown, we can have a small center for the preaching and distribute the holy name and prasadam, and he could be there. Because he very explicitly, very clearly, he expressed that desire. As much humble he was, he would never think that somebody would make my samadhi. But I think, we could, in his memory, that's what I think, that's how we can fulfill his desire to be situated in the hometown. There and from there, because there is no center in the nearby, 50 kilometers. So in that part of the Gujarat, so we could have a holy name center going over there. I'm thinking something like that, how to fulfill that wish. Because please if you can think about it, you can tell me now, or you can think about it and let me know later that how should I fulfill that desire, since we already cremated his divine body now. So we only option we have is to take his ashes over there.
Yes. But that can be done. I would like to think about it, but certainly to bring his ashes there, I'm sure that's the fulfillment of his desire.
Yeah.
How it's enshrined, that's a detail. That's a detail.
That's the detail, but at least ashes could go there and we could have there are like in a Radha Damodar temple, there are hundreds and thousands of the Vaishnavas small samadhis there. So we could create some samadhi. He specifically wanted that particular town, so we could have in that particular town. And I mean, and that because we our hometown had two houses, and even when he was here, we I mean we thought about creating a center over there, and he was so happy with that. Those houses were kind of very old, and we wanted to build a new house. I said, no, no, rather than building a house, we should build a center over there. And he said, yes, we should do that. So that was already in plan, even like a 6 month back, and those houses were being demolished. And I mean that, so now in that center we could have his kind of a memorial or something like that. I mean, I'm thinking about it. And then you also please think and let us know about that. So this
There are
was
no devotees there.
huh?
There are no devotees there in that town?
No, I think we will have to have some. We have to make some. I think there are devotees from the other sampradaya, Pushti Margya Vaishnav, but there are no Gaudiya Vaishnavas there. But Harinam Sankirtan is universal, and I think we have to. Somebody of us has to stay around the year, 1 month, 1 month, and we could have some devotees or something like that. We could do our kind of some time with the bhajan over there. We are 6 of us, so we can all go and something like that, and then have some devotees permanently stay there. Or I mean, that's the practical part is because if we have a I mean samadhi, then somebody has to take care of it every day. We cannot leave it like that.
I'm saying that that's something that really needs to be thought out.
Yeah.
Bringing his ashes there is something that can be done, but the detail of how it's enshrined, and if you do a samadhi, if you put a samadhi there, then someone has to stay there.
Yeah, someone has to stay there all the day. I mean, some dedicated, I mean, a group of devotees.
It's a risk. It could be in time. It could be neglected. That you wouldn't want to happen also.
No. So we have to make a well thought out plan. Now, some devotee was suggesting us that the ashes has to be dispersed within certain time. Is that true, or would you please find out that? Because there is no way we can go to. My desire is that.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, it has to be done on 10th day or 11th day. I mean, so somebody was suggesting us that go to the I mean ocean over here and put some ashes into the ocean as part of the rituals. But I said I will check with you, and you came by yourself. So that was so nice. I mean, so but there is no such thing, right? I mean, or you would find out, or you would see.
I could find out, but I can research it. But I know there are many Vaishnavas who've departed, and their ashes were brought only when it was possible to bring them. I mean, I know when I was with Purnachandra Goswami when he departed in Moscow, it took several months to bring his ashes to Vrindavan before they were put in Samadhi.
Okay, so you already know this because they said at least.
I know there's examples that's for sure that it wasn't done within a certain period of time.
Now,
many people also. But I'll check. I'm not so conversant with these last rites.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. My Mehul's father-in-law, you have met him. He also used to live with us. So he has been hospitalized with the same virus, and now he has been doing well, but he has been intubated just now, 1 hour back. So please pray for him. I mean, he is stable. He doesn't have my dad Advaitre Prabhu had a massive heart attack. Otherwise, that he wouldn't be fine. So I mean, now this Ghanshyam uncle, Ghanshyam, that's his name. Ghanshyam is name. That's his name, and we call him Uncle Ghanshyam Kaka. So he's otherwise healthy, and because just to support his breathing, he is being intubated just now, 1 hour back. So that's kind of a way. So I'm praying a little more intensely.
How long has he been in the hospital?
He went to I think 4 days. 4 days. I think Saturday. No, Friday. He went on Friday, last Friday. So Friday to
Tell me that you all had it. Is that true?
yes, Maharaj.
You
The
all
whole
had it.
the
Okay.
whole family had it except my dad. The virus didn't touch him at all. He wasn't sick at all. He was moving like anything, and but he wasn't eating so much, and maybe somehow he didn't I mean he was perfectly fine with that. He kind of maybe slept, 2 or 3 days he slept a lot the week 10 days back. So we thought that was it, the virus was hitting him, but it didn't make him sick really.
Uh-huh. But everyone else had it.
Yeah, everybody else had it, and by the blessings of the devotees, the corona is so far having nice time with us, and we are also having nice time with corona, but only my uncle now. Let's see, it didn't
A lot of devotees are calling it coronavirus
corona virus, right? It,
because they're becoming so blissful, staying home and doing bhajan and chanting and hearing with devotees online. They're
yeah.
calling it coronavirus.
Yes, Maharaj. Maharaj, would you, if you have a time, would you sing one of the, bhajans of my dad that he loved, or, if you have time, or
I don't know so many bhajans. What one would
no,
you
no,
like me?
I know, Maharaj. He liked many Radha Krishna Pranamura. Then
Kabe habe bolo se dinamar.
Kabhi Havi Bolo Say Dinamar. Uh-huh. I
and then
I can do it.
Radhe
do
Jai
it.
Jai Madhav Daite.
Huh?
Then
You can do your
okay, only one. We can.
I will do it. I will do it. I'll move the computer and I'll do it on the harmonium. I'll move the computer into the other room. Just one
Okay,
second.
sure,
Okay?
Maharaj. On the other day, we had a miracle with Pyari Mohan Prabhu. Did he share that with you?
That's what?
I would like him to share that we had a on the other day when I went to pick up the remains of the divine body of Advait Priya Prabhu. I called Pyari Mohan Prabhu because and we had a talk. And then we had a some wonderful miraculous situation. Maybe if he can narrate in that would be nice. Prabhu, please.
Piari.
Yes.
Yes. What would you like Piari to do? I didn't hear that.
Few days back, when I went to pick up the remains, Pyari Mohan Prabhu and I had some mercy, some blissful experience. I wanted you to I thought probably he shared with you, but I would like to request him to share that with you.
Okay. So Piari, go ahead and share it.
Okay. Anyway, we were speaking, and Vaipur Chandra asked me to pray for his father. So I told him right after this call, I would go downstairs and pray to the deities
Yes. Okay.
for his father's spiritual progress. And then he asked me, which is a request no one's ever asked me before, if I can ask the deities. So I told him that I can, but I don't always hear what they're telling me. They don't always talk to me. And I said, but I'll ask them. So then when I was praying, offering prayers to the deities for benefit of Advaita Priya, and then I told the deities that I'm not asking this for myself. If you don't want to do it, it's fine with me because I don't like to, ask any requests for them to do. But if you would like, that my butcher is asking me to, to let me know if his father went back to Godhead. So, and when I said that, if you can let me know if he went back to Godhead, and then the phone rang, which was a confirmation to me that the deities, I'm not sure it was Gornitai or Jagannath, but they would let me know. So after I finished prayers, I was chanting for the benefit of Advaita Priya, and while I was chanting for some time, and then I started thinking, did he go back to Godhead? And at that instant, there was the phone rang, which was a confirmation to me from Krishna that yes, he did go back to Godhead. And I was very happy because that the deities are still reciprocating with me, because sometimes they do and sometimes they don't, but they did. And then I kept chanting. I didn't stop chanting then. And then the phone rang again. So I was thinking somebody keeps calling, but it was near the very end of the kirtan. I was just chanting Jagannath when the phone rang again. I normally end with Jai Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, and then Gornitai. So I was chanting Jagannath, the phone rang again. I decided I'll answer it, then I'll come back and finish the kirtan. And it was Mayapur Chandra, and I asked him if he called twice before. And he said that no, because he knew I was, praying to Krishna for his father. And I said, because the phone rang twice before, and then I explained to him the first time it rang exactly what I was thinking. Will you let me know if he went back to Godhead? Will you let me know? And then the phone rang, which was a confirmation to me that the deities will let me know. And then I don't know how they're going to let me know, but then later in the kirtan, I told them how the phone, while I was thinking, did he go back to Godhead? The phone rang again. And that was the confirmation that time yes, they not only did they let me know, but they did let me know. And it was, yes, he went back to Godhead. And then, so I said, I don't know who the two calls were before. I don't know, maybe it was Krishna. And then he asked me to put him on in my phone so that if he calls again, we can have a three-way call.
I mean, yeah.
Has he called you?
And Krishna called, he either made the people call it exactly at that time, or, I mean, that's what he did. He had his people call, and then he had me think that exactly at that time when they called. So I'm convinced, I was pretty well convinced he went back to Godhead before that, just knowing how much he's attracted to chanting. He's addicted to chanting Hare Krishna. So I was quite certain he went back to Godhead, but then because Mayapur Chandra made this request that no one has ever made for me before, and I tried it and it worked. So that was what happened. It was really nice. Hare Krishna.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
Thank you. See, I'm sure, but because devotees like Maharaj and yourself, they say to Krishna has to do it. Because he says, Kaunteya prati janihi. When you guys declare such boldly, Krishna, he says, why do these guys keep talking? I get in trouble because whatever you guys speak, Krishna is supposed to do it. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
I'm going to chant this bhajan, okay? And
Yes.
then I'm going to have to go because I can't. I don't know how to do it. I mean, I'm quite sure you won't be able to follow. It won't work because that's my experience. Because I do these Zoom sessions every day. But I'll chant. Kapi Habi Bolo Seiden. You can try and see what happens.
Well, I think the best way to do it, somebody told me, was that you chant it and we're all on mute, but we respond, but you don't hear it. Otherwise, it's going to really mess you up when you
That's
hear
right.
it.
That's the best way to do it. Otherwise, it becomes a cacophony.
Yeah,
Kabe Habe Bolo Aparada Kuchi Shiraname Ruchi Kripa Bale Habe Hridaye Samsha Aparada Kuchi Shiraname Ruchi Kripa Bale Habe Hridaye Samsha Habe Habe Bolo Jinadikahina Kavini Jemani Sahishnu Taguna Hidayete Jinadikahina Kavini Jemani Sahishnu Taguna Hidayete Sakale manada atmani amani avaya sudhiva navara sasa. Sakale manada atmani amani avaya sudhiva navara sasa. Kami hami bala se. Jana Janara Kavita Sundari Bhagi Bhumachara Devasundari Jana Janara Kavita Sundari Bhagi Bhumachara Devasundari Jana Jana Java Ohimahari Mahakiti Shri Krishna Namo Charana Vakito Deva Gadara Pachala Shri Krishna Namo Charana Vakito Deva Gadara Pachala Vaibhanya Pepatu Abhisadatana Niratara Nitya Bhale Ashrita Vaibhanya Pepatu Avisangatana Nirantara Nitya Abhashuta Abhi Habibala Se Abhi Habibala Se Kabe Navadipe Sudadunita Te Goradichananda Uri Nishkapate Kabe Navadipe Sudadunita Te Goradichananda Uri Nishkapate Nachikaiya Melai Bachute Batulera Praya Shariya Vicha Nachaya Kaiya Melai Bachute Batulera Praya Shariya Vicha Habi Habi Bala Se Habi Habi Bala Se Kavi Nityananda Morikori Daya Jaraive Mora Vishaya Rachamaya Kavi Nityananda Morikori Daya Jaraive Mora Vishaya Ramaya Yamora Nija Saranera Chaya Namira Hatete Kibiadika Kiven Patrija Saranera Chaya Namira Hatete Kibiadika Nabi Habibala Se Habi Habibala Se Kunipa Mutipa Harinamorasa Namarase Mate Oime Viprasa Kinipa Mutipa Harinamorasa Namarase Mate Oime Viprasa Asarara Sita Sarana Parasha Hariyapandi Karase Aniva Hariyamuti Karase Aniva Hari Habibala Se Hari Habibala Se Kapiti Bedaya, Oibe Udaya, Nija Sukabure, Suginari Daya. Kapiti Bedaya, Oibe Udaya, Nija Sukabure, Suginari Daya. Wakati Vinoda, Korea Vinaya, Siagyata Hava Kuri Macha. Makati Vinoda, Korea Vinaya, Siagyata Havakuri Macha. Kami Hami Mana Se Kami Hami Mana Se Kami Hami Mana Se Kami Hami Mana Se Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Harinam Sankirtan ki
Jai.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you so much. Pyare Mohan Prabhu, thank you.
You're most welcome.
Find out. You're doing this for all week?
12, we did it for, 12, 13 days. So, because until the all the final rites, they are done on 13th day. Will continue at least until 13th day. So, but the family is doing so much enthusiastically. Like from here 9 p.m. to 12 midnight or 1 a.m. If you get a chance, please log in and see. They are creating the Golok Vrindavan here. So thank you. They all are so enthusiastically.
Chandra, thank you for inviting me and allowing me into your home. It's the first
Thank
time
you.
I've been in somebody else's home for the last month.
This is from home always, Maharaj. This is the address. What is
Right, I forgot.
your legal address? You don't play with the people with the home.
Your father was always chastising me for not spending enough time at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's been away so long, he forgot where he lives.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All those. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Bye. Chakri Sindhu Veva Chapatitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavibhyo. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
You hear?
He's already there.
Oh, where's the mouse? Oh, shoot the gallery view. Ya vivo con